Hi, this is Helen. Today I'm back with my personal rings and we're going to do a little bit of a flip. I'm giving you ideas if you're considering personal rings and seeing if this is something for you, if it makes sense for you, because it makes sense for me right in this moment. Let's do a flip. So here I have this personal size rings, and you guys, I am back full time in my rings because I realized I was going through my mega planners, and as the year kind of is ending here in 2023, it feels like I am struggling through all the different planners and trying to figure out situations, informations from like January or February that I need for work or for personal stuff. And so I decided to go back into personal rings because I can store everything in here, and majority of the information that I was looking for actually was found in here. So then I figured, why am I moving around everywhere? The answer is simple. I love paper, you guys. I love the tomoe paper. I love all the different planners that I own, and I love to use them. And so, I kind of figured out my situation in a different way with using all the other planners outside of the personal rings so that they are still associated in my life throughout time, but not in a way where it's used for functional needs, if that makes sense. So let's go into the personal rings and do a quick flip. In here, it's just my stencils from Helenistique that I use, my sticky notes. And then outside of that, I've got more stickies in here, some business cards. And then also, this is the folder that I made. I cut it up. This is from Daiso. It's actually like a huge letter envelope that I cut into the personal size. And then I have here, this is a way for me to quickly flip through like this. And this is where I record all my spending and things like that. So as I order things or whatever, it's all written here. And so that way I know when I'm going through my budget, I know what they were for. Christmas plans, do it right. I actually made this myself on Canva. If you guys want a copy of it, let me know. Basically, it's just a cover, and then I've got my stuff here, Christmas gifts, to who. It has a check. You check it off as you buy it. What am I going to give to them? And then also the cost of it. And then I also have the budgeted amount and then the actual amount. Here on the right is just a task list. And then here I've got some tracker going on for the month of December. And again, today being the first day of December, it's going to help me to actually track down some of the things that I want to track down. This is not necessarily to help me motivate and get things done here. This is more like self-care stuff. So like, when did I get my nails done, so that I know in 2 weeks time I need to go get my nails done again. And then these are just a bunch of random lists and meeting notes and things that I have going on here. I tried to take one of my like 2020 Hobonichi weeks that I kind of failed on. That was, I think, one of my first Hobonichi weeks. And I cut it down just a little bit on the side, and then I made some holes and stuck it in there. The sizing is absolutely different. So it's like taller and then also narrower. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue that, but I did cut out the rest of them. So I could use it as scratch paper. And for scratch paper, does it really matter what size it is and whatnot? So I decided to cut out the rest of it. So the edges are gonna be cleaned out. I'm gonna cut it with my cutter and then make some holes and then plug it in here. So I will do that once I need more paper, because I do have some sticky in here. I use this randomly. And these are just temporary stuff. This is kind of like my inbox, if you will. So anything that goes in here, I am in real time, at least by a week's worth. I am taking these out of the planner actually, and then I'm plugging it into either my main planner in here or into my Notion. So the ideas never get lost. And then I trash those. So that's how it's used, and that's why we need a lot of these little papers. I do use occasionally, I've shown you guys last time, I do use like my kids' old like paper like this. And so these are things that I also use. The line papers for school. We have so many of those, you guys. I don't know about you, but my kids bring it to school and they bring it back home. Like, they don't use it. Why am I buying it every year? I don't know. But anyway, so this is my yearly overview, and this is from Paper Test Designs. Love it. Still the same photos from the last flip. These are a bunch of projects and then the tests to go with it. And I really like this idea because it takes a project, even if it's like a small task, you know, even like if you're preparing for a birthday party, like you write the birthday party, but that there's so many other steps. You have to order the cake, you have to pick up a gift, you have to send invites, you have to actually purchase the invites or email them invites, and there's just so many different things to go with a task. And so it kind of breaks it down into bite size so that you can actually do the things and not be overwhelmed by figure out that birthday party, right? So that I love. And so I love this, and you'll see this kind of reflected in my dailies and my weeklies. So I've got a bunch of those. I do use that for any old reason, so that it'll just kind of help me to brainstorm out what I need to do. So this is from Kalani's Design. This is on Etsy, you guys, so you can look her up. I love her stuff. I bought another one for 2024. However, I did, this is her 2024. So you can see on the back side, this is her 2024. I already purchased it, printed it all out and all that. But then I decided, you know what, why don't I try making my own the way that I want to see this layout. So that's exactly what I tried. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna love it, but we will see. So I've got all the days of the week here and then all the days of the month here, right? So for December, I'm starting in December. And then all my habits that I have listed for per my goals for 2024 is listed here. So in 31 days, because there's 31 days here. These are little icons to go along with it. And you'll see that also kind of follow through on my weekly that I've created as well. So this is the month of December. You've got the January, February, March, April, and July. And the difference between these two are that it is definitely, let me show you a blank one. The boxes are, I feel like, a little more defined for me because sometimes when I'm flipping through my stuff and, for example, if I flip through and look at my December, for example, it is just so busy. Let me tell you, it's like so busy. I like my boxes to be a little bit more defined like this so that I could quickly find my information and go on. And then all these things, these little notes that I make, honestly, I don't know if I really need that. So, and if I do need that, I'll, since these are so defined, I can write it either inside these boxes or I could put it above here or on the side here. And those are the changes that I have made. And then I have my weekly. So I decided if I made the yearly or monthly, let's try making the weekly that is suited for my needs. I don't know why I never thought of that before. You guys, I design all day long. This is my job. I design. So I don't know why I never thought of creating my own spreads and always looking on Etsy to find the spreads that fit me, but rather not like going through and making it my own. So this is kind of the way it looks, right? So we've got the Hobonichi look, and if you look at my old Hobonichi videos, you'll notice that I always make a line here, right? I draw a line here through, and then I always write all my schedules for the week at a glance so that I could see it. And then onto this side, I'm always confused as to what I want to do with it. So I left it blank. There's no titles to it so that I could change it whenever I want to. But basically speaking, I usually have my personal stuff here and my work stuff here. So that's what I decided that I'm going to use it for this week. And so I've got all my schedules here. So like these are appointments and schedules for my kids, my appointments, meetings, all that kind of stuff that I just want to look at a glance. And then I've got my personal tasks here, and then I've got my work tasks here. And then because I do have these trackers, now these trackers are actually made for my needs. But if you guys want a copy of this design and you guys want to print it out for yourself, let me know. I will definitely share this design with you. I'm not here to sell it just yet. I want to beta test with a lot of you guys so you guys can tell me like, hey, Helen, I think this is not general for everyone or whatnot. Basically, I do see that a lot of us have the same type of self-care goals in mind when it comes to habit tracking. So this is for water, Monday through Sunday, and then this is for sleeping. So whatever your goals are for sleeping. So for me, it's 7+ hours, which is absolutely difficult. If you look at my current week, oh my gosh, I hit it 3 times so far because I've seen these. This is like either it could be steps or movement. For me, it's like anything. If I do yoga at home, if I do yoga at the gym, if I walk with my kids or my dog, if I am doing like short 10-minute exercises on my app or anything at all, any kind of a movement outside of sitting down and working, I call it movement. And so that is for that. And then this is for like, it's so cute. This is actually for me building my future. So I really believe that you guys, while putting out the fires of everyday tasks on your personal and work is important, I also believe that you're always should be focused on doing something towards your future. So whether that be 10 minutes of reading or 10 minutes of sitting down and jotting down and brainstorming your next big idea or your next business or small business that you have in mind that you dream of. Whatever it is, you should consistently every single day, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 50 minutes, whether it's whatever time is allowed to you, making that one of your priorities in life is also very crucial. So let's say you want to learn about stocks. Learn it. Give it 10 minutes every single day and learn about stocks. Go search on it. Go read about it. Go listen to podcasts about it. Go take a class, whatever it is. But every single day is important. And then this is, for me, I go to infrared spa with my husband, my infrared sauna, but I also have sauna at the gym as well. So this is kind of for me, I think generally speaking, is self-care. So if I did my nails today, or if I went to get my pedicure or went to spa, this would be that self-care area. Like beauty self-care type of area. And then here we've got the time clock in the middle with a fork and a spoon on the side. So this is for me intermittent fasting, but it could be for you, like if you mindfully ate or anything like that, anything to do with diet, food, right, intake. This is where I would cross that. So then I also figured, I was looking at my Hobonichi in the past, and I've always loved to do this time tracking. And I didn't want to put a title on it just because, I might want to change it up for some other time tracking one day. So for instance, a lot of my time tracking was for work. Like how much work am I spending? How much work hours am I spending in my week? That to me is kind of important because I'm the type of person, I work from home and I have multiple businesses. And so it's important and crucial for me to be a part of the business. Like absolutely, would love to do over 10 hours every day if I can. But typically I'm not allowed that amount just because I run around with my kids and I work around my family schedule, if that makes sense. So I am not a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 type of person. And so when I'm running around and I don't know like how much time I've spent, it's really hard for me to track down how much work I'm able to work on in a week. So if that makes sense. So I like to track my worked hours. And so what I would do is like if I work 2 hours on a Monday, I would just, color it in. And so let me show you an example of what I did. So I worked 8 hours, 9 hours, and then 5 hours on Wednesday. And so, and Thursday was a crash. I had so many issues at home, nothing terrible, but so I barely got like 30 minutes in. So that was Thursday. And then Friday is today. So just counting on those work times for me is really important so that I am able to tally up, in this given week with all these different schedules. This is how much time I was, able to work without stress and anxiety. You know, that's to me is important because I want to find that typical work week for myself always. And then, so this is my daily plan. So I created this also. I actually designed it on Canva. This is my key for all the colors. And then, so then at first I started with plans. I started with daily plans. And I was just doing daily plans. So this would be a Tuesday, this would be a Wednesday, right? This would be a Thursday. Then I got to Thursday and I got to start thinking at Thursday night. I sat down and I was like, Thursday was that day. Remember I showed you this chart. It was a fail, right? Epic fail on my work day because so many personal things came up. So on Thursday night, I sat down and I looked at this and I go, okay. So I was doing daily plans like this, but because my personal and my work tasks are all mixed in here somewhere, it was kind of hard for me to see. I like things clean and neat and whatnot, but I mean, it doesn't have to be neat, but at least give me a category, right? So then I decided I'm gonna try something different and actually separate daily plans and work. At first, I was thinking, okay, let's make a bunch of work plan design and then put it somewhere back here. So I'm separating completely home and work tasks. But how does that work when you work from home? As you guys know, when you work from home, there's a lot of things, if you want to stay efficient, there's a lot of things that you could do for personal tasks while you're working. For instance, you can go down and run your dishwasher, right after lunch, and then come up and finish your work. Now, if you go to an office space, you know, a physical location to work, obviously you cannot do that, right? You're 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, you're working, and the rest of the time then becomes personal. In my case, in many people's case these days, working from home, it's hard. So you can't really separate the two and expect to be super efficient, right? But at the same time, there's gotta be a different bucket of time and focus because your brain works that way. Well, my brain works that way. So I decided, instead of having it be redundant, because a lot of times I need to know my kids' schedules in order to properly schedule my meetings and make sure, you know, that I am aware of what is happening on that day. So I decided not to separate the two in two different sections, but rather make it a 2-page per day spread. So on the left is kind of my absolute personal plus the schedule, right? So all my schedule goes in here. And then on the right side are my work plans. So my work plan is like, I need to know the schedule right off the bat. If I have meetings, I need to know that right off the bat. So a lot of times I have to have like someone text me for a schedule when I'm really focused on a project. And so instead, before I start working on the project, I would love to see at a glance, like what is my day looking like as far as work goes. As far as my personal tasks and schedules, I love to see that right here. So when I flip to this page, I could have this open and just work. And I would have a peace of mind. And so that's what I'm doing. And then writing all the tasks for home, like it could be laundry, like whatever. And I love this. I put fork and a knife here because I realize for me, I need to have a place where I write down what I'm going to cook that night because my brain is so like at work. By the time it turns to like 4, 5, 6 o'clock and it's time to start fixing up some food, all of a sudden I'm lost. I'm like, wait, I don't remember any of my recipes at all sometimes because I was so focused on my projects. So I like to jot this down quickly early morning as I plan out the day or the night before. So that way throughout the day, maybe after a meeting, I go quickly downstairs and defrost, you know, meat or chicken or whatever in preps for the evening time where I do make dinner around 5 or 6. And so that kind of lines up here. And then my priorities, this is where we're going to put our dates. the tasks, and then the time. So this is going by 10 minutes, every 10 minutes. So you have seen this in my last planner update. And I am really taking that idea into here because I love tracking down my time. As you can see, it's helping me to visually see real quick. Okay, I was able to kick in work. I was able to work on something. I was able to, spend time with my family. I got my personal tasks in. Some days, like for example, like this is too many personal, time. Then I know, okay, on a Wednesday, I obviously cannot get any work done in the afternoon. So get up earlier or, or schedule less tasks on that day on Wednesdays, and get them all done in the morning. Like I can quickly see that at a glance, to see kind of what is happening on those days. And as you do this more and more every week, you're going to kind of gradually see your patterns, and then going back every day, just reviewing upon those patterns and realizing, okay, on a Monday, I'm absolutely like fired up. I'm getting a lot of things done. Tuesday, I'm still a little bit fired up, but I see myself slowing down in the afternoon. Wednesday afternoon shut down because I have too many kids stuff activities. Thursday as well. And then so like Wednesday's okay, but like Thursday morning is where it's the toughest for me because by that time I'm super tired. Every week on Thursday mornings, I'm super tired. My body is like really drowning in tiredness by this point. And then on top of that, so like I get to learn those behaviors and patterns throughout tracking these things. So again, I can definitely share with you guys this design. Let me know if you guys are interested. I would love to have more beta testers, the better for me, because I've never sold on Etsy or anything like that. And honestly, I don't even know if I really want to do that, but I'd love to help out if this works for you guys as well. This is my family section. So this is, again, all the fun things that we're doing. October, I just need to go back and update it. Like I said, it was like I had like October fun things. I had it on a different planner. I had it on another planner. It was just like, where did I write that down? I can't anymore. So I decided personal is the way to go for these type of reasons. And then my future log for anything and all things like kind of planning out, I guess, for what's to happen. So I need to update that with the 2024 future log fairly soon. This is my kids' school section. This is where I'm going to be writing down all of their schedules, what days they're off, and, if they were sick or anything like that. This is our health log. So I want to track my weight here, track maybe my period. I'm not sure. And then track doctor visits and sickness and all that kind of stuff. So each month is a big bucket, so it has enough time. And then here, enough space. And then here is family health records, just looking at like when was the vision, low vision, dental, physical, all that kind of stuff. And I just need to track from January to December when that happened. And then these are like additional health doctor visit records that I'm going to keep updating. These, again, these are meals. Shikdan is meals. Meal plan, and I am just basically using just random paper to use it up, and just writing down random things. This week and last week I haven't been able to cook more than maybe 3 meals a week, and so it's been just like whatever. But I just moved into this personal probably, I'd say like 3 weeks ago, so I'm okay there. But I have been cooking. No one's starving in my house. And then these are my tracking sections, right? My trackers. So bills, I've got bills here that I'm tracking, all of the bills. So I updated it with the new trackers for 2024. I will jot down all my bills here and then check them as they get paid. So I have that for 2023 all here. And then this section right here are credit cards. So I tracked down all my credit cards here. my due dates for each credit card, and then the amount that is due, and then if I paid it, I check it off. So I pay off all my credit cards monthly. I love to keep a track record of it, so in case there's a dispute or there's a refund coming through, I know what that amount is, and I'm in the know. All right, and then this is my sinking fund section, you guys. I made this too. Basically, I'm just tracking down what I want to save for in a given year. This is my savings section. Just want to keep track of that. These are my business bills, and so I just don't like to miss anything. And also, if I see a bunch of crappy subscriptions that we've tried as a trial and it's still coming through every month, that's when I track it down and I let the office know. Back here, I've got like a reward from Costco. I've got church notes from this past Sunday. And then this is, I think I got this as a gift when I bought something. I've got some stickers and like receipt for my daughter's like violin repair. I hope this video helped in making your decisions to see if personal rings is maybe the answer to your multiple planner issues. But I do plan on going through with all of my other planners that I have been using in the month of November, and then also going to use in the following new year. Not necessarily as a planner per se, but it would be for future like messy planning, jotting down ideas, and journals, the various kinds of journals, just because I want to use it up and I love my paper. So I will come back with that video coming shortly, but thanks for hanging out, you guys. Have a good one. Bye.